Hamilton Onakushe. Welcome to the Young Lion Talk Show. Today, I want to talk about really salon people and with mentality, with progressive movement mentality. The reason I'm going to talk about this because it's like say, you know, we're still there in the same footstep or the same, road as we grandpa them, we papa them. Now we cannot even go back step to beyond that. So what I mean by that, you know, we great grandpa them and we great granny them, their own generation, okay? Education not be they be good as compared to papa and mama them or compared to we, right? Both side your own generation left up, right? This I talk about with great grandpa and granny them. Now let's say with grandpa and granny then pick up, do something, right? So now when my papa and generation we don't pick up. Meaning, okay, because then now we papa and mama them, then generation them, I believe in terms of education, then more higher than we great grandpa and we granny and grandpa and generation because even people they were saying come on our upline like me for example my mama and papa in our upline and come out, right? But they're educated because they go to school. Me grandpa and me granny then pay for them, for me to go to school, for me to get education. But what you looking to who stamp we own grandpa? we stamp we mama and we papa they don't left in that country, their own generation. What you can even look at and say, okay, and generation do something good now, let's pick up from that day. Or even waiting, they even teach we own generation was okay. Now this we don't do, we not get for pick up from me now for making better for when picking them, right? In the future. Because up to now, one big stadium, now get. One big airport, now get. That ferry, where they go put them from, return to Lungi, now we get. The road them. They still see dirty, now the road them. Sanitation. The boats themselves, what people they use. Still the same. So basically, it's up with this platform here, because it's like say, with mentality we get, it's still aligned with, let's say maybe great grandpa and we granny and grandpa them down now with papa and mama them. We say we not the youth mind now for say okay, one thing. Let change. Let change the narrative. Let make something. Let develop the country. But even our other places on social media are the same thing. Run for blame game, play the blame game. Run for blame government for everything. Listen. Not to just government no more they develop a country. Now the people and the government they develop a country. But with mindset what we get, we don't even get that progressive movement mentality, that progressive development mentality. If I ask Salomon them, at the diaspora, and the one in a salon, which country, developing country, when I wish for me salon town like? I believe so. When I go name one of the country that was our name, okay? When I go say USA, England, right? Dubai, China, Japan, Korea, Qatar, and some other country then. Now, I don't even name even continents inside Africa, right? Because I'm not going to even think of that way there, right? But guess what? You get Tanzania, develop, Rwanda, Nigeria, South Africa, Angola, then back then get developing mindsets. And all the countries I just don't name so. The mindset is aligned. And guess what? Not to just wait money no more. Because the country will mentality again now, oh, now wait money. No. I ban them. Chinese man them. What are you compare Africa man them? Then get a developmental mindset. Then generation them. If you look, them country I just don't name. If you look at them, the days of, with great grandpa them, right? To now, it were different. But like we, in the days of with great grandpa them, up to now, that stadium day. The airport day. No more, just one. When they process a lot of bill, the country so small, when they process a lot, okay, we. Now, I know that's why they talk about this, we go say, okay, now government. But, in reality, not just government, the airport build a country. So, now looking up at Prime Maria, what stamp they left in the country? What did they even teach we, the generation now, right now? We do it, man. What did they even teach was, okay, Lord, pick up and then we go from most and left off. What did they left in the country? Other thing back we someone talk about before I left. We mentality will get back, okay? Couple of problems we also go to mentality. We not like ourselves. We're not patriotic. We know how to really educate ourselves. Because it's like, but couldn't never say put in social media and just take and go. You not even try to do research for okay, how this would we know, I'm not gonna talk about that, I'm gonna talk about get different segment for, but also we know get entrepreneur mindset. We country naturally rich, but we mentally we poor. Make one quote where I say, Africa is not poor. The mentality of the people is poor. But imagine if we change our mentality, then we align them with the natural resources then. It will be way better than the way how, the country they back, and we will make them better for picking them, and we're going to pick in the future. But to make we do that day, now we self get for change our mentality. If we not change our mentality, we not go progress. The country not go develop. That's what the country go there. We Sierra Leone and them individually, if we not change our mentality for develop, if we not like we self, if we not be patriotic, if we not begin for stop that blame game, government this, government that, the art for make we develop a country. And also just even we own generation, for even we own picking them in the future. While other country them, their own country them go to develop, we go still at the same place. Because why? We know how to change our mentality. So dear, my family, at the beginning, let we begin for change our mentality. Let we look with self and say, okay, me na Sierra Leonean. I want for help develop the country. Especially when you're gonna die, when I diaspora, the one I can go. See what in the people they need, the opportunity people say need for make them, right? Count something for make them, still in the country, for say go make money out of them. And the opportunity to entrepreneur mindset opportunity. And then back una the country, una back for change mentality. If somebody was saying a doctor or a lawyer or engineer or let's just say sanitation worker, or if you say get experience other side. If you want for camp or do another experience we get from outside, una not just look and get una bad at that person there, una say negative to him, una listen to him. Get an opportunity. May talk. May share experience. Don't want to back on and share on your experience and maybe when I work together. But if you hate that person they hate you, no problem. Other people them back on diaspora don't want to go and I'm not just gonna for just go bluff. I'm not just gonna more on the country for go just for say enjoyment. Because guess what? At the end of the day, now we country. Nobody can develop and for you. Not a Chinese man, not a white man, not a Arab man, not an English man. Now we get for doing. But again, like I said, we get for start with we mentality. We get for change them. We get for change them. And I just want to say, goodbye.